and gentlemen, we are going to present some slides entitled Doing Business is a Social Affair. Social, to make it clear, social doesn't mean addressed to poor, it means relational affair. So we will start. My name is Bogdan Romanica. I'm a sociologist. Here is Roxana. She studied political sciences. Roxana is my wife and colleague, and the person I trust most in life, in projects and in business. And there is nothing wrong with it. We have strong ties, and it is very profitable for both of us. In fact, this presentation is an argument for using personal social capital in business, beside other types of capital like economic or cultural ones, because we see that usually we are focused on how to get the finance, how to get the knowledge, but we try to bring arguments that social networks are also a very good capital in business.
This year, we conducted a research in Kosovo about social capital as a resource in startup business, with a field component implemented in August in Pristina and northern Kosovo. We filled out 32 questionnaires and recorded 10 interviews with different entrepreneurs. We reached a very diverse range of business, from fast food to IT sector, from small shops to import-export company, from translators to tourism agency, and so on. We studied new business as well as long-established one.
Well, what we found that all businesses are dependent on their social infrastructure. They are all created, but also creators of personal social networks. We identified four types of helpful social relations for business. Strong ties, meaning close family and close friends, community-based businesses, long-term partnerships, and weak ties, meaning the relations with clients, with competition, and with institutions. Given the importance of personal social capital in business, we bring some arguments that sometimes the entrepreneur is not always a single person. It is a social, relational entity too. We also bring some evidence that strong ties and weak ties are equally important in startup businesses, even in conflict-affected states. This is actually one of the hypotheses of our research, because usually other researchers tend to stress more on the strong ties. We found that both of them are equally important. Based on these findings, we advanced some recommendations for a training module addressed to potential entrepreneurs in order to help them better make profit out of their personal social capital.
Please imagine that you have no money, no job, and you live in a poor and conflict-affected state. Your only chance to develop is to start a business. How would you get 50,000 euro if no bank will lend you this money? Three brothers from Kosovo started a bakery by borrowing money from their close and extended family. The lending conditions were very convenient. No warranty demanded, no interest request, no precise date for returning the money, no business plan to convince the lender about the business viability, no monthly pressure for repayment, no monitoring visit, and an extra free professional and business counseling. As the three brothers reported, they said to their relatives, "We want to start this business and we will back your money. It doesn't matter the way we will back your money. We will just back your money." We didn't have to explain. We hoped, and they hoped for us. We hoped that the business will work. In this case, the loan is an investment, but not for financial purpose. The investment is made in the family, in the social capital. The warranty is trust. The interest is mutual help in a similar situation. Without the family loan, this business would have never started. Some businesses are based on larger communities. Providing services and goods to a small community requires general trust sustained by being fair with partners and clients, because there everybody knows everybody. Clients are helping me when they pay the services, the owner of the business said to us. They are the inhabitants of the village. It's a small place. Everybody knows me. The most important in this kind of job is to be honest and fair. Other businesses create their own communities. Us, it is the case of an internet cafe, which we investigated, who organize computer games tournaments. Clients become friends, and friends bring more clients. I organize tournaments with games to attract the players and the clients. It is more of a neighborhood business. I know all of them. Some live near me. Some of them I know because they become my clients. I got many friends for the business, the internet cafe owner confesses. Other companies are based on a partnership between two or more persons. Sometimes the friendship comes with the economic activity. The main thing is to trust and to have the same idea. This makes us friends. Partnership doesn't extend on free time. It is only business, consider one of the entrepreneurs. Other time, the firm activity starts and ends with friendships, as the second case illustrates below. First, we were friends, and now we are partners. Even if we will stop working together, we will still be friends, because we know each other for a long period of time. Even when family and friends are not involved, social relations are essential through weak ties. These networks are intentionally cultivated by the entrepreneurs. We refer here to clients, competitors, and institutions. Regarding the clients, one entrepreneur said to us, "The only marketing I have is mouth-to-mouth marketing. They are friends and friends of my friends of my family members. To have a good business is to know people. You have more people, you have more business. But expanding means also to know your competitions. Everyone works for their own benefit. We have to know the competition. We have to be better. My main goal is to be friendly with the competition, because in a way we are partners. We complement each other. If he needs support, he will call me and I will call him." And development implies also relation with formal institutions. A founder of an NGO dealing with drugs addiction in Kosovo underlined, "The biggest challenge was to be accepted in this field. It's very difficult to change mind. It's very difficult to be a medical institution and to have license. You have to know other institutions and to connect with them."
So, from an individualistic point of view, the key factor of a business is the entrepreneur. He is the engine and the igniter that makes things work. Yet, when we ask our respondents, do you consider your business to be the achievement of yourself and your family, yourself and the friends, you and the partner, or only yourself? Only 25% of them assume the business as being their own achievement. 75%, the other ones, consider the business as being their achievement together with the family, friends, and partners. The business is a group rather than an individual accomplishment. This conclusion raises a question. The entrepreneur is always a person, or it is also a social, relational entity. Some say that in weak institutional environment, like conflict-affected states, entrepreneurs mobilize more the strong ties, being reluctant and distrusting weak ties. But when we split the first graph in two, representing separately on the left, you see there are no percentage. Okay, we split it and we saw that strong ties and weak ties are equally used by the entrepreneurs. We'll pass to the next chart. When we asked the respondents to choose from a list of 15 possible helpers in business, our subjects indicated strong and weak ties almost in equal measure. larger or narrower way, both strong and weak ties are mentioned as being important factors in business start as well as in business development. Strong ties tend to be more important at the earlier stages of the business when you need to trust most the people you work with. And weak ties are more important in the later stages of the business because you need to extend and to get new information. So doing business is a social affair. Beside the initial finance and knowledge, beside the economic capital and cultural capital, potential entrepreneurs should be made aware of their personal social capital and of ways of improving and developing it. So we thought that it would be helpful to have a training module on how to be aware and how to use your personal social capital in business. Some instruments are already available in the literature on personal social capital measurement. We identified in the literature some instruments like resource generator, position generator, name generators, and name interpreters. In our research, in our paper, we try to develop some new instruments like some games, exercises, a personal social network database, or a social business plan. Why not? Going back to conflict-affected states, we started with the hypothesis that in such context, people are usually forced to adapt to new situations and to face and to develop new relations, especially weak ties in new places, especially when they are displaced. So we asked our respondents about displacement experience. 60% of our respondents suffered displacement during Kosovo conflict. 1/3 of them received help in business from persons met during the displacement period. Almost 80% of them met other displaced persons. Again, 1/3 of them received help in business from these displaced persons. Well, the target group was not very large, but we should, however, keep in mind this tendency, this idea that new weak ties can be helpful in business.
All our respondents made it clear there is nothing good in war. Yet, new social and institutional contexts were favorable for new business. It is the case of a tourism agency, a translator, an NGO, and an IT shop. The tourism agency owner confessed to us that this kind of business was not active before the war. Before the war, companies were not operating from here. People flew from Skopje always and not from Pristina. This came after the conflict. There were so many people coming here from everywhere. The translator underlined that at that time, immediately after the conflict, there were a lot of foreign here. We still have international organizations, but they work on contract basis. Now there are translation companies, but they charge very expensive. This is why sometimes people look after freelancers, because with us it's much easier. The NGO founder considered also that as an NGO, there were more possibility to expand after the war, to be more recognized in society. There were a lot of international organizations. As an NGO, it was easier to find funds. The IT shop entrepreneur concluded that before the war, the institutions were very far. After the war, the institution became much closer. We were working close with all these institutions, and the market was hungry. We raised the business because of the war, but I wish it had not been war.
And at the end, I would like to recall a statement from one of our respondents. He recalled a small event which can be metaphorically interpreted. Kosovo people are searching to regain their image, their stable identity, their mirror, their sense that everything is okay and that they can start the day in peace. That image was lost with the war and is still missing. I asked him, how did your business survive in that period? And he replied, we survived as persons. That was all. Regarding the goods, they were all taken. Even if I would be the richest person, I wouldn't like to pass through a war. At my home, getting out, there was a mirror on the hall. And I used to look at it every day to see if everything is okay. One day, there was no mirror because it was stolen. It's a very simple thing. I miss that mirror. But people are missing members of their families. These business stories are tough stories. Thank you very much.